A lawyer was fined $10,000 for using ChatGPT in court, and he's not the only one. There are now over 700 cases just like his. I spent 3 months looking into what actually happens to your data when you use AI for legal work. What I found was honestly uncomfortable. Most tools you trust with your client's information, they store it. They train on it. Some of them even share it with third parties. And the worst part, the tools that do protect your privacy, almost nobody knows they exist. But look, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, they're the best. What if you could use all three without risking a single client's name? That tool exists. I'm saving it for last. But before we get to that tool, let's look at what's already out there. Because there are tools better than raw ChatGPT for legal work. Way better, actually. Like Harvey, you've probably heard of it. Backed by OpenAI, Google, built by a DeepMind researcher. 1.2 billion raised. Allen and Overy, Latham and Watkins. Over half the AmLaw 100 is on it. And it's genuinely good. Your data is encrypted, never trained on, SOC 2 audited. For big law, Harvey is the real deal. But it is big law. 50 seats minimum, annual contracts. If you're a solo practitioner or a small firm, Harvey doesn't have a plan for you. And even for the firms that are on it, every query you run travels through Microsoft Azure, then to OpenAI or Anthropic for processing, then back. 3 companies handling your client's data in transit. Encrypted? Yes. Contractually protected? Yes. But your client's name was physically on someone else's server. So I started looking. Is there something with the same power but that doesn't lock out smaller firms? Turns out yes. Thomson Reuters spent $650 million buying a company called CaseText, and they turned it into CoCounsel. 1 million professionals across 107 countries use it now. And unlike Harvey, you can actually get in. They have a $75 per task option. No annual contract. No 50-seat minimum. You pay. You use it. You're done. And what you get is serious. Deep legal research that actually plans its own approach, finds supporting and opposing arguments, and cites everything from Westlaw's database. Contract analysis, deposition prep, document review across 10,000 files at once. This is not a chatbot. This is a legal research engine. Privacy-wise, Thomson Reuters checks most of the boxes. ISO 42001 certified. They call it a zero-retention architecture, meaning your data is not stored after processing and never used to train their models. But here is what that actually looks like under the hood. When you run a query, CoCounsel picks the best model for the job. Sometimes that is OpenAI's GPT-4. Sometimes it is Anthropic's Claude. Sometimes Google's Gemini. Your data gets routed through Thomson Reuters to Azure, then out to whichever model provider they picked. You don't choose. You don't even know which one got your client's case details. And that zero retention? It is a contractual promise, not a technical one. You are trusting that every model provider in the chain honors their agreement. There is no architecture stopping them from storing it. Just a contract saying they won't? That got me thinking. What if your data didn't have to leave your hands at all? There is a company out of Belgium called LegalFly, and they asked that exact question. But their answer was different from anything else I found. Instead of promising your data won't be stored after processing, LegalFly strips it before processing even begins. The moment you upload a contract, their system automatically detects every name, every company, every identifying detail, and replaces them with substitutes. So by the time any AI model sees your document, your client's name is not in it. It was never there. And this is not just text. It works on images and handwritten notes too. The whole process is pseudonymized, meaning your final output still comes back with the correct information. But the AI itself never saw the real names. The legal tools underneath are solid. Contract review with over 120 built-in playbooks. Legal research across hundreds of official government sources in dozens of jurisdictions. Regulatory monitoring that actually tracks law changes and tells you how they affect your existing contracts. SAP uses it, Lufthansa uses it, KPMG uses it. Slaughter & May, one of the biggest law firms in the world, brought them into their legal tech program. ISO 27001 and SOC 2 Type 2 certified. And if you really want full control, they offer on-premise deployment where the anonymization runs entirely inside your own infrastructure. But here's the thing. LegalFly is built for enterprise. We are talking €99 per user per month for large teams. If you are a solo attorney handling 3 cases a month and you just need something quick and affordable, this still is not built for you. So, is there anything out there with real privacy that a solo practitioner can actually afford? Actually, yes. And this one surprised me the most. CaseMark was built by a guy whose wife is a trial attorney. He watched her spend hours summarizing depositions by hand and thought, there has to be a better way. So he built one. Google's AI fund backed it. 7,000 attorneys use it now, from solo practitioners all the way up to AmLaw 100 firms. Here's what makes it different. There is no subscription. You don't pay monthly. You pay $25 per summary. That is it. You upload a deposition, a contract, medical records, a trial transcript, and you get back a detailed summary with citations. One job, one payment, done. And they handle the kind of documents most AI tools won't touch. Medical records up to 5,000 pages. That matters because CaseMark is HIPAA compliant with a full business associate agreement. If you do personal injury work, you know how rare that is in legal AI. SOC 2 Type 2 audited. Your documents are never used to train any model. Full data isolation between clients. They even have over 700 workflow templates built specifically for legal, and an AI agent called Operator that learns how you work and handles recurring tasks through your email or Teams. For what it costs and what it does, this is the most accessible, privacy-focused legal AI tool I've found. And for a lot of solo attorneys, this might be all you need. But remember that tool I mentioned at the beginning? The one that lets you use ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity without risking a single client's name? Let me show you how that actually works. Elephas is a Mac app that does something none of the other tools on this list can do. It lets you use ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity, all of them. But before your prompt ever leaves your Mac, Elephas automatically strips out every piece of sensitive information. Credit card numbers, names, email addresses, medical details, anything that could identify your client. Gone. Before it hits the cloud. So the AI model sees your legal question. It sees the context. But it never sees who the client is. The answer comes back. Elephas restores the redacted information locally, and you get a complete response. The cloud model never had your client's real data. Not for a second. And if even that is not private enough, you can run Elephas completely offline. Local AI models right on your Mac. No internet connection at all. Nothing ever leaves your machine. It works across every app on your Mac. You can be in Word, in your email, in your browser, and Elephas is right there. It has something called Superbrain, where you upload your documents, your PDFs, case files, contracts, and you can ask it questions, and it answers only from your data. With citations, no hallucinations. Pro Plus is $29.99 a month. Yearly, it is $24.99 a month. Compare that to Harvey at over $100 per seat, or CoCounsel at $225 a month without case law included. And Elephas gives you every AI model smart redaction offline mode, and it runs natively on your Mac. Every other tool on this list makes you choose. Either you get powerful AI or you get privacy. Elephas is the only one where you don't have to pick. If you are a lawyer using AI right now, or even thinking about it, the tools in this video are your starting point. I will put links to every single one of them in the description below. And if you found this useful, subscribe. I am going deep on AI tools for professionals, not just surface-level reviews, but actually tracing what happens to your data, who has access, and what the fine print says. I will see you in the next one.